Hello and welcome to the Oxygen Kingdom. In the last episode, we set up this water park and fun area over here for everyone to enjoy. Some phone calls are being made at the moment, but we've got competing goals. So the mage, on the logical side of things, wants to enhance meat production and start producing some other materials, maybe slime and bleachstone. But we got to figure out how to work with the puffs. Last episode, it didn't. My plan didn't work out so well due to an assumption. So we're gonna tweak this a bit and see if I can do this in an automated fashion. I want to set this up so that I don't have to be involved long term. So we ripped everything up and we're gonna try again. Now, on the more emotional side, the king wants a juicer, and this is something I don't bother. I always think it's too much work to grow both mushrooms, berries, and mealwood, but I want to experiment a little bit more with this game and get access to some of the things I ignore, so this is a good chance to do this. So two very new things for me, Puff Princess and Puffs, and the juicer. All right, well, I'll make some preparation planning and let's get to it. So the first part of this juicer setup is to grow some mealwood. That's going to be the easy part, so we'll put that in there first. Also having a light source for whoever's going to do some farming in here to be able to see what they're doing. Actually, why don't... Oh, actually, I was going to say we'll open these doors. We can open this door, but not the other door. That's to keep the hatches from getting out. Sorry, but I guess you're going to become meat. We put in automation around here. Now, I don't know how much mealwood or any of the other types of plants, for that matter, we need for a juicer. The first time really ever doing a juicer. But we're going to go with 8, and I decided to put a storage bin here for dirt so that this auto sweeper can automatically push dirt in. So now I'm having a closer look at my deep freezer. My deep freezer is storing both food and ingredients at this location. This auto sweeper can pick it up. But this auto sweeper can only access so many things. I've got 2 fridges here. This fridge here is for food. So this is the Frost Burgers. This is for the pinch of pepper nuts, just stored in a very minimal amount. And that's just to keep this guy over here filled up. Now, the issue I'm having is I want to have a juicer, but I don't really have room for it. So what I'm planning to doing is opening up this area over here and having a second area to this deep freezer. And the idea is ingredients for the juicer is going to be over here, and everything else will be here. At least that's the plan I've got so far. Now that I've got this deep freezer opened up, I'm putting in the conveyor chute to drop off the ingredients. The current line that's going around is still going to drop off all the cooked food down here. But I also want to get hydrogen in here. Definitely don't want oxygen. That's not something you want with your food or ingredient storage area. So I'm going to push in some hydrogen, and then we'll close off this zone here. As long as this auto sweeper can access, it could be either one of these tiles. I think what I'll do is just put a metal tile right here for all the ingredients to sit on, and then we'll seal this back up once this is complete again. A little confused. So first of all, I decided to put the espresso machine in here, but I had wanted to put in the juicer right here. For some reason, it's not letting me. So I'm going to move these transformers over. Looks like I need to move that over one spot. I've got a new spot for those transformers up there. I just realized why the juicer doesn't fit there. It very much looks like the juicer is 2 tiles, but in reality it is 3. So this area here actually includes the juicer. You can see this little stick is poking out. I guess because of this one thing, this makes the whole juicer need to be a little bit bigger. So I've got a new area down here. This is a fridge. It's not connected to power, doesn't need to be. Let's just verify actually. It must have been an old device. Oops. Must have been an old device. So this doesn't need to be connected with power, so we'll get rid of that. But the idea is the dupes are going to put in everything that doesn't get stored over here. So basically everything except for meal lice, mushrooms, and berries. If it's one of those things, someone's going to throw it in there. That'll eventually make its way to here, which will eventually make its way to here, where it'll get put in the deep freezer. And we can cook it in either the electric grill or the gas range. The next part of the automation is pretty simple. This is just a conveyor loader that's going to pick up meal ice when it lands on the ground here and put it in the deep freezer right here. We've got hydrogen in there. It's really cold, which is excellent. That's what we want. And that's going to make it so that this auto sweeper can pick that up and put it into the juicer once it's ready. So now we've got a new farm area. And we're growing two things, mushrooms or dust caps and bristle blossoms. I don't know exactly how much I need with to feed this juicer. It indicates that, let's see here, per use I need 300 kilograms of mushrooms, so twice as much berries, meal ice 500. So what I'm going to do is just grow 4 of each and see if I have enough or too much and just adjust it based on that. So 4 each of these, 8 of the mealwood. And we'll see if anyone's able to use the juicer. Into this guy. The other thing I have in this area is a fridge. This area pinch of pepper nuts can be put in bristle in the juicer, or if it's a pepper meal ice and mushrooms. And the idea here is this also consumes all that, but at a higher priority. So any of these guys will put that in here, maybe because it was dropped somewhere else on the floor, and ultimately it's going to end up in the deep freezer right here, which is exactly where we want it to be able to be stored until someone's going to put it, or this guy will put it into the juicer. Gonna let some of that food grow and see if the juicer starts to run. In the meantime, it is now time to experiment with these puffs. So we're going to create 2 rooms. The idea is I'm going to have one based on slime and one based on bleach stone. So to start off with, my plan is to put an airlock here and here and completely seal these 2 rooms off to store eventually chlorine up here and polluted oxygen down here. So we'll deal with this bottom room first. I need to produce polluted oxygen if I want these guys to be able to consume something and produce slime. So the idea is I'm going to push polluted water in here, and this is going to have airflow tiles, so polluted water will turn to polluted oxygen emitting into this room. Now I need to look at how I'm going to source chlorine. So I decided to check on my natural gas system, and I would have probably been very confused as to why hydrogen got in here, but I actually see the culprit is still sitting around. So many elements to this game that you just have to think of. A door to prevent these guys from getting in. Alright, note to self for the future. That little guy has caused a mess. There's damage on the way. Probably already has been done, some maybe. But what I need to do, unfortunately, is cut out each piece of hydrogen and go back and make sure the hydrogen that is in that room is taken out. Oh, the fun. Oh, the fun. So the first part of this removing hydrogen here should be pretty easy. Maybe we'll turn this guy off for the time being. But this is highly pressured gas in here, and that's going to be much more annoying, so we're going to make sure we have a liquid airlock before we get into this zone. Alright, so I think we're good on this side with just natural gas. That will close off. Over here, we've got a liquid airlock, so we're able to get in with all this pressurized gas, not escaping. Created this tile. As long as someone can create this tile, I think we're going to be good. Alright, so this is sealed back off. We have just pure natural gas. Now we can start fixing the pipe. And that's pretty much just a matter of destroying what, where the helium is, or hydrogen. and then connecting all their pipes back up. Okay, so now I've got this guy out on this side, but as you can see, he's actually providing power on this line, which is nice, except for that could potentially cause overloading. It seems to be an issue with wrangling these guys and actually having them dropped off, because I've wrangled all these critters, and they're supposed to be taken over here to this guy, which is set at high priority, a level 6 pug slug. I'm not understanding why that is not happening. The only thing I can think is maybe because this isn't in a room, the duplicates don't actually acknowledge it. So what I've done is I specifically just said move those 3 pug slugs here at high priority. Hopefully that's going to work at least. Looks like that is the case. Okay, good. Well, that's something. And the natural gas is okay, I guess that's probably just 2 pieces that was in there from before, but I'll fish that out now. So the next piece of this is dumping in liquid, just so that the chlorine or bleach stone and slime that land don't get wasted away. So now we've got polluted water going in, which is excellent. That is going to start producing lots of polluted oxygen. The only thing is, I plan to have a chlorine one, and I thought for sure, I played the lab before, that there was a chlorine geyser somewhere around here. But there doesn't look like there is. I'm wondering if this one the way it works, they're randomized, because maybe this used to be the chlorine geyser, or I could just remembering it wrong too. But I'm pretty sure there was a chlorine geyser last time I played this asteroid right around here. I'm gonna search. Oh, you know what? I can at least determine if there is a chlorine geyser. Okay. Ha, ha. There is not. Alright, this is definitely different than last time. Well, you know what? Let's just scratch that for the time being. Unless I've got one over on this asteroid. And I do not. Let's not worry about that then. Well, now that I'm no longer storing slime down here, these guys don't have a food source. So we're going to turn down this sage hatch range, or stable. I guess the same thing over here as well. We don't need to take out sage hatch eggs anymore. I think I said earlier, either this episode, maybe it was last, that this game is pretty much about making assumptions. You're always going to be wrong. And have to rework your plan. That is exactly what happened here. I assumed this was going to give me some polluted oxygen. But I'm clicking at the top and it says it's emitting 0 kilograms. So even though that this is an airflow tile, it's not going to emit any oxygen. Well then. I guess we're just going to cut this. I am not giving up on having a puff stable. So what I plan on doing now is filling this up with polluted water, destroying it to make a huge polluted water bottle. And that, I'm pretty certain, is going to emit polluted oxygen. The downside to this is it's a little bit manual. I'm going to have to refill this and destroy this every so often. But I don't yet see any other way, other than, I guess, just letting this do its job. I don't know if that's going to keep up with the amount of polluted oxygen these guys need to consume, but yeah, it would also, I don't want to have a giant space for polluted water, plus I also have water on top, which kind of makes this a bit of an issue. Yeah, let's just fill up this guy. I'm just having a look at my juicer, and I'm low mushroom and bristleberries, so I'm growing 6 pieces of that now. I've got a lot of extra meal ice, so I'm thinking I don't need as much of that. Let's just kind of make that adjustment. Well, we are on cycle 300. These guys are happy in their stable, except for the fact that I need more food. Do they output carbon dioxide? No, that may have just come from down here. But don't worry, guys. I'm going to destroy this and make some polluted oxygen. For the chlorine one, well, we're going to give up on that and bleach down. Maybe on another playthrough, or if I find a chlorine geyser somewhere else, we'll see about that. But for the time being, this is my first time experimenting with puffs. For full... No, not quite yet. So what I'm doing now is I'm just getting some crude oil because I unfortunately had a break here in this pipe. This guy wasn't supposed to allow to run until this system got warmer, but we're going to use some crude oil to get in here with a liquid airlock and make a repair. Okay, so now I've got a liquid airlock. I can destroy this. I should be able to destroy this and get someone in to repair this. Repair is made, and we sealed this area back up again so we can mop up that crude oil. Oh, I just realized this critter got in there. What am I gonna do? If that dies, we could get polluted. You know, we could get meat that's gonna go bad and get polluted oxygen. He's gonna come out. Critters! Okay, so we get crude oil here. As soon as this tile is created, I'll destroy this tile. And then I'll wait patiently as this critter roams around and finally gets out, and we'll seal this back off. We're going to lose a piece of ceramic. I don't really care. Some granites in there, doesn't matter. We just want to make sure this critter is out of there, because that could potentially very much cause a problem. Okay, so that critter has wandered out. We can seal this area off. We can destroy this tile here in a second. There we go. And now I believe I can finally connect this. I did destroy something. What did I destroy? I think it was this. That used to be right here. I can now connect this pipe, finally. As well as indicate to the pump that can turn on. And we should be getting steam. There we are. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Steam making its way into the saunas for the first time. No, I do not want you to change that from ceramic pipe. Just leave that alone. Thank you. And we have a sauna that has... it's going to have some steam in it. And, of course, the king's the first one to enjoy the sauna. So we've got a polluted bottled water here. I'm going to create a second one. Things are starting to get a little bit of shaky around here. The good news is some of this was due to new errors or new things. I've never really considered critters getting here, causing havoc. But, yeah, note to self. Create doors so critters don't go into zones like this. The steam room, that was something that happened before, so I kind of feel like that shouldn't have happened, but it happens, and I did find a decent way of getting in, repairing, getting on with it, so there's that. And the issues around here, well, this is the first time experimenting with these puffs. I don't like the fact that this is manual, but at least it's something. Let's, and just before I end today, I want to end on something that I know I can do and feel a little bit accomplished. These pips, these trees are growing for a while. I haven't enabled this, so I'm going to enable this building. And we'll build a simple mechanism to take eggs out and to reconstitute this stable over time. Starting off, creating some tiles here, clearing this area, and having a spot for excess pips over here. Of course, we may have some pips escape, but I can wrangle them once these tiles are built. So we're building in automation to take eggs out of here, store them this location. Water is just being loaded. And we've got the automation to take the critter eggs. They're specifically going to be looking for pip eggs. And if there's 10 or there's less than 10, this door is going to open, allowing this guy to access this. I think that's enough water, so we can get rid of that vent. I think I have one little success in addition to the pip stable. I just thought to myself, why am I not storing polluted water right here? That would give me so much extra tiles to emit polluted oxygen. It wouldn't take up any extra space. And if that's not enough, I could still have this in addition to that. So I'm going to make that change. The only thing is this probably going to make this guy flood, so how about we raise that a tile? Also has some issues here trying to direct slime to be right at that location. We'll see if this latest thing. Also, see, carbon dioxide is... I probably should have had 2 tiles up, but kind of out of room. But organic slime. Bring that over. Hopefully at least this much will work. Oh, that's right. I meant to destroy this because I was expecting you to send stuff in, but you can't access it. Alright, well, things are getting messy. Well, I'm hoping the dupes are enjoying their new juicer because it's taking a little bit of extra work around here. I don't think it's too bad. My plan is we're going to have 2 tiles here. We're going to flood this with a little bit more carbon dioxide so that these guys remain happy. The only downside is the dupes that are in here are going to have to hold their breath. In a future build, I think I'm going to have to just remind myself generally that either have Atmo suits or gas masks to get in here. For now, I don't think I'm going to worry. It's only for the juicer. So we've got some polluted water going in here, so at least that's one idea that so far is working out. Move this door over so that I should have, 96 tiles again. These guys are not crammed. They're happy. This is not flooded. Well, I'm happy with that. It is a lot of new stuff I've been doing this episode. The juicer and working with the puffs. I'm going to have to watch this over the long term to see if this actually works out. But so far, I do see slime going down. And that is being used way over here. Oh, do a little bit of mopping up. But where was I going? Down here to the mushrooms. So these guys seem to be happy for a while, but let's just flood this with a little bit more carbon dioxide just to make absolutely certain that stays that way. Alright, and let's just check on the pips. I think I forgot to put that 0 auto wrangle on some pips. And that should complete this. There you are, Pip. So at least that's something. Oh, critter egg. Let's not forget this. Otherwise, that's not really going to work that well. Let's take all critter eggs. Once these guys lay a few. And then we should get at least pips. And that's a little bit of extra meat source. Oh, I'm going to move that guy over because I only want pips around there. Well, you wrangle them anyway. And let's dump that at high priority over here. Just get that hatch out of the stable. Alright, well thank you so much for watching. I think that's going to be it for today. What do we get over here? Oh, some oxylite. Alright, well, I've learned a lot, if nothing else. Got some experience with working with puffs. And experience growing all the things for a juicer. Well, hopefully I will see you in the next episode. I'm not sure what the plan is next, but I guess we'll find out when we get there. Until then.